Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have a real-life superpower? Not for fame, not for glory, but just to make the world a little bit better, one small act at a time. Today we were diving into the incredible true story of a man who seems to have been gifted with just that. Meet Ethan, a seemingly ordinary guy from a small town whose life is anything but. From a young age, Ethan knew he was different. While other kids were struggling to climb trees, Ethan was effortlessly lifting things that should have been impossible. A fallen branch blocking a neighbor's driveway? He'd move it with ease. A car stuck in a ditch? Ethan was the town's unofficial tow truck. He never made a big deal about it. For him, his extraordinary strength was just normal. It was a tool, and he believed tools were meant to be used to help. His parents understandably were baffled and a little scared. They encouraged him to keep his abilities quiet, worried about how the world would react. So Ethan grew up living a double life. By day, he was a quiet, unassuming carpenter, known for his meticulous work. But whenever trouble arose, a different side of him emerged. One scorching summer afternoon, a call came through the local fire department. A massive oak tree, ancient and beloved by the town, had collapsed during a sudden storm, trapping a family inside their car. The trunk was so thick that the emergency crew's equipment was struggling to cut through it. Every second counted. People were panicking. The situation was getting desperate. Hearing the sirens from his workshop nearby, Ethan didn't hesitate. He arrived at the scene to find a crowd of helpless onlookers and frustrated first responders. Taking a deep breath, he pushed through the crowd. The fire chief, who had known Ethan since he was a boy, saw the look in his eyes and simply nodded, clearing the way. What happened next became the stuff of local legend. In front of dozens of stunned witnesses, Ethan placed his hands on the massive tree trunk. With a deep, guttural roar that seemed to shake the very ground, he began to lift. Muscles strained, veins popped on his arms and neck, but the impossible started to happen. The gigantic tree, weighing several tons, began to rise. Inch by inch, he lifted it just high enough for the paramedics to pull the terrified but unharmed family to safety. Once they were clear, he let the tree crash back to the ground with a deafening thud. Silence fell over the crowd, broken only by the sound of gasps and whispers. Ethan, breathing heavily, just gave a small nod to the fire chief and quietly slipped away before anyone could bombard him with questions. He didn't want a medal. He didn't want to be on the news. He just wanted to help. That day changed everything. Though he tried to remain anonymous, the story, accompanied by shaky cell phone videos, went viral. People started calling him the Guardian of Grove Creek. Suddenly, his quiet life was over. News vans camped outside his house. Scientists and government agents came knocking, all wanting to study him, to understand the source of his power. The attention was overwhelming. For a while, Ethan went into hiding, questioning if he'd done the right thing. He missed his simple life. But then the letters started arriving, not from scientists, but from ordinary people. A single mother whose house was damaged in a flood, an elderly farmer whose barn had collapsed, a community center needing help with a construction project they couldn't afford. They weren't asking for miracles, they were just asking for a helping hand, a very, very strong helping hand. Reading those letters, Ethan realized something profound. His gift wasn't a curse. It wasn't something to be hidden or studied in a lab. It was a responsibility. The world was full of problems too big for one person to handle. But maybe, just maybe, his strength could inspire a different kind of power in others, the power of community. So he came out of hiding, but on his own terms. He started a foundation, not to showcase his strength, but to connect people who needed help with those who could provide it. He called it the Lift Up Project. His superhuman feats became a way to draw attention to bigger issues. He'd lift a bus to promote public transport funding, or hold up a collapsing beam to highlight the need for better infrastructure in low-income neighborhoods. His story wasn't just about physical strength anymore. It became a story about the strength of the human spirit. people from all over the country, inspired by his selflessness, started volunteering for his foundation. Carpenters, electricians, doctors, and students. Everyone found a way to contribute. They might not be able to lift a tree, but they could hammer a nail, cook a meal, or offer a comforting word. Ethan showed everyone that you don't need superpowers to be a hero. You just need the willingness to help. His most incredible feat wasn't lifting a tree. It was lifting up an entire community and reminding us all of the power we have to make a difference in each other's lives. His strength started as a secret, but it ended up becoming a beacon of hope. The story of Ethan, the small-town carpenter with the strength of a giant, is a powerful reminder that true strength isn't measured by what you can lift, but by who you lift up. It's about using whatever gifts you have, big or small, to serve others. And that's a power we all possess. What do you think? What would you do if you had a superpower? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if you were inspired by this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible true stories. See you next time.